Okay, if we talk about Conor, last couple of years he's not hungry. And now what happened with his legs, like, never ever. Never people come back, and never gonna be people on same crime twice. Crime come only one time. You're gonna be on time, after that you're gonna go down. All respect for Max Holloway, but I don't know and I don't understand why UFC make this fight.
Obviously he's going up against Max Holloway in a great fight. How do you see that matchup between those two?
Personally, I think because it's at welterweight, I see Conor knocking him out. Like, everyone's counting Conor out and thinks that Max is going to win. If it goes to the later rounds, yeah, Max definitely probably start piecing him up on the feet because he's got that cardio and the volume, but the fact that it's at welterweight I think favours Conor because Charles made Max look small at lightweight. So imagine how big Conor's going to look compared to him at welterweight.
Lastly, so this is the notorious one versus the blessed one, which is fitting yet ironic because Max has given us one of the most notorious knockouts in UFC history, and you have blessed us with so many moments. So the question that I have for Mystic Mac, as you like to call yourself, how does this one end?
It's going to be a demolition. It's going to be an absolute demolition. I know the damage he's taken. I know I will just have to touch him. And after that, it will be clinical. So to win alone is not just enough. It must be spectacular, and that it will be.
The highly anticipated rematch between Conor McGregor and Max Holloway is nearing, and the debate over who will claim victory is intensifying. Some argue that McGregor's devastating knockout power and unwavering confidence could still lead him to a stunning upset, while others believe that Holloway's endurance and wealth of experience will ultimately give him the edge he needs to succeed. As these two MMA giants prepare for their ultimate showdown, one thing remains clear. The outcome is far from certain, and only time will reveal the winner.
But I think obviously like Conor is kind of like, he just has a good physique in general. There's never a time where you see him without his shirt off and he looks like shit.
Yeah, fair.
You know what I'm saying?
He's jacked. He was jacked for a minute on his Lamborghini boat.
He has a great physique, bro. Like
I saw him set up like a
looks good.
circus tent or something in his front yard for his gym. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Do you know where that was at?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's like a full-blown circus tent that he just made a pop-up gym. I mean, he's been doing a lot of press. We haven't seen him do this much press in a long time, fight-focused press. He looks very healthy, very clean. I mean, I think this might be a different Conor, though, right? His age.
Yeah. Well,
I think if I use sounds, I think fans will understand the different rhythms. But Max Holloway is more like an Uzi, right? When he fights, it's more brr, brr, ba, 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 ba. The consistency, the significant strike numbers he has is out of this world. It's bing, 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 ding, 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 ding. It's always in your face. It's constant movement. It's touch, touch, go, touch, touch, move, move, advance, play. It's constant activity. But he doesn't have that one punch power, that shotgun. That's what Conor has. Conor's always had that shotgun. If that left hand lands, it's game over. And he's laser focused with it. So you've got a person who needs to be on that, and then you've got someone who goes boom, 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 boom. If one of them lands, the fight's over. So I would, if I'm Conor and I walk into that first round and I enter the middle of that octagon and Max hasn't started to instantly kind of put the pace on him, I'd walk his ass down. I'd put his back to the cage. I'd go high, I'd go low, I'd go high, I'd go low. I'd keep him guessing, and I'd put everything straight down the middle. Just boom, boom, and then sneak one around the corner when he doesn't expect it. And hope that's it. Good night.
It's a
tough fight for both of them.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I can't wait to see how it plays out. And
when you look at the state of the UFC,
in a bold prediction, former UFC champion Michael Bisping is refusing to count out Conor McGregor just yet. While acknowledging Max Holloway's exceptional fighting skills, Bisping believes McGregor's greatest asset remains his unbreakable mindset. If McGregor's hunger for success has been reignited, as Bisping suspects it has, he may still have a chance to reclaim his former glory. With McGregor appearing to approach this training camp with renewed seriousness, Bisping sees a glimmer of hope for a resurgence. Although Holloway may hold the advantage over the course of the entire bout, Bisping argues that McGregor's devastating power in the early rounds could be the game changer that swings the fight in his favor.
Dangerous for Max early, though.
Really?
Yeah. Of course. Conor's always been a big hitter.
Conor still has it.
Dude, listen.
Yeah.
Me and Conor aren't exactly friendly.
Why not? You're both from the UK.
No. We know each other for a long time.
Really?
We don't need to get into all that. But what I'm saying is, so I'm not saying this from a perspective of we're friends and we're buddies. He was the 2-weight division champion. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he made all this money and all the rest of it, but the mind's the most powerful tool.
Yeah.
And the guy that was there, all right, granted, it was a long time ago, 2016, but if the motivation's strong enough, he can come back and look really good. And yeah, he was flipping out at Max the other day in that interview.
Did you see the
But
interview?
he was playing the game. He was promoting the fight, hyping it up big time, and he looks good.
Yeah.
You know, like he looks like he's training and taking the camp seriously. And if he is doing that, I'm telling you.
But I think
Max is awesome on the feet, but Conor's got the power early.
The pressure is mounting for Conor McGregor as he prepares to make his return to the octagon. With a career marked by unparalleled success and wealth, McGregor must now prove that he can still compete at the highest level after a lengthy layoff and a string of setbacks. As former champion Michael Bisping notes, McGregor's upcoming bout against the formidable Max Holloway, a fighter known for his relentless drive and battle-hardened skills, leaves no room for complacency, and the stakes are higher than ever.
There's a lot of pressure because he's got all the money in the world, and congratulations to him for that. And he's got all the accolades. You know, what he did for the sport will never be forgotten or probably repeated. But he's lost his last few. And 5 years ago, he lost and he got knocked out before that. And all three of us know this as fighters. That's what we pride ourselves on. And that's what he prides himself on. And he knows Max Holloway has been fighting the best routinely, staying active. So if you're going to underestimate that guy and come back after 5 years and not train properly, you're a fool.
Yeah.
In a similar vein, Brendan Schaub echoes the sentiment that this upcoming fight holds immense significance for McGregor, transcending a simple victory over Holloway. According to Schaub, the outcome of this match may very well chart the course for McGregor's future career trajectory, rendering it a pivotal performance in his lifetime. As a former champion, McGregor is well aware of the high stakes, and Schaub is convinced that he will be thoroughly prepared for the challenge. Even in the event of a loss, McGregor's reputation as one of the most recognizable MMA stars will remain intact, provided he demonstrates his ability to still compete at the highest level.
With you. I don't know if Max is going to overlook Conor because Conor McGregor. Yeah, I think it's going to be a better fight than people think. Win, lose, or draw, I think Conor makes himself proud. He knows what's on the line. Because if Conor goes in there and he's a shell or he looks like Nate did on Netflix, the UFC's like, oh, we're out. We're out. No, there's no negotiation. It also hurts his negotiation tactics when he becomes a free agent. So it'd be a nightmare for him, man. So I think he knows, like, this fight is the most important fight in order for his future to get paid. He has, and it doesn't mean, I'm not saying he has to win. He just has to look good, be competitive. So we want to see him fight more. So because the UFC, they're backing up the Brinks truck to get this guy in here for 2 fights. They're not going to continue to do that. Netflix MVP, they'll pay him a big bag, but not as much as if, let's say, he was 2-0 or at least 1-1, you know? So there's a lot on the line for Conor. There's more pressure on Conor by far than Max.
In the world of MMA, a pivotal decision has been made by Max Holloway, and according to Schaub, the reason behind Holloway's choice to step into the welterweight division is clear: a lucrative opportunity to face Conor McGregor. The financial rewards and global exposure that come with fighting the Irish superstar are simply too great to pass up, rendering the division a mere afterthought. Looking ahead to the future of the UFC, Schaub predicts that the organization will likely hold off on making any long-term plans until after the dust settles at UFC 329. If the former champion delivers an impressive performance, we can expect more discussions to unfold. But if McGregor appears to be a different fighter altogether, the entire landscape will undoubtedly shift.
What the F is Max doing going up to 170? Fighting Conor McGregor. I bet he would have went up to 185 to fight Conor. It's red panty night. So you're fight Conor at 55, 70, 85, 205. It's Conor. But I would doubt he'd go up there if it was anybody else. But yeah, it's Conor, man. That's why. The payday's going to be nutsos. The exposure, nutsos. SVN 1977. Fan question, is the UFC planning a card in Dublin for next April? Is that why Conor's second fight isn't till then? Maybe. There could be something to that. Maybe. But I think it's more of the UFC just prolonging it. So they can figure out what they got, you know? International Fight Week, let's see how he does against Max. If he's cooking, they're gonna negotiate. But I would assume if, he's a shell of himself and he doesn't look good, you'll see him fight before 8.
As Conor McGregor prepares for his highly anticipated return, he's gaining momentum with the backing of Ian Gary, who believes a prolonged period of inactivity could reignite the fiery passion that once made McGregor a formidable champion. Although Gary acknowledges Max Holloway's impressive consistency and experience at the top level, he suggests that McGregor's move to welterweight adds an intriguing dynamic to the matchup, potentially swinging in McGregor's favor. Gary's conviction lies in McGregor's devastating one-punch power, which could enable him to finish the fight swiftly and decisively. The question on everyone's mind, can Conor McGregor emerge victorious?
You think Conor wins?
Absolutely. It's not an easy fight. Max is very good at what he does. He's obviously been in there against the best guys in the world repeatedly over and over and over again. But whilst Conor's been inactive, the hunger will start to thrive in his mind and in his skull. And at 170 pounds, I think this fight's very, very interesting. I think it's very interesting. Conor's going to have the knockout power. I think it's very similar to the Ilya fight. It's a very similar game plan, I think, from both of them. I think if I use sounds, I think fans will understand the different rhythms. But Max Holloway is more like an Uzi, right?
In a recent turn of events, even Merab Dvalishvili found himself torn in his commentary on the highly anticipated matchup. Although the UFC bantamweight champion initially leaned towards Max Holloway, it's evident that deep down, he's rooting for Conor McGregor to emerge victorious. According to Merab, the sport of MMA would greatly benefit from one of its biggest stars returning from a lengthy hiatus and putting on a spectacular performance. Regardless of who ultimately claims victory, one thing is certain. Merab Dvalishvili believes a strong showing from McGregor would be a significant boost for the sport as a whole.
As a question, who do you think is going to win? Conor McGregor or Max Holloway?
So I know Conor McGregor wins first time. He's been out from this game a long time.
Wow, yeah.
And then Max Holloway, he's been in the training. He's always in the shape. And then this benefit will help Max Holloway.
Mm-hmm.
But also Conor McGregor, he's bigger now. Maybe because of he was laid off. Maybe he's hungry now. So I think for sport it will be good if Conor McGregor comes and show good fights, and if he wins, that would be huge. But I think Max Holloway has a more chance. But I kind of want more Conor McGregor.
You want McGregor to win?
Yeah, because it's gonna be huge and big.
It's gonna be a big.
In the midst of analyzing the highly anticipated McGregor-Holloway matchup, UFC Hall of Famer Daniel Cormier took a step back to examine the broader implications. He posits that Charles Oliveira's dominant victory over Holloway may have inadvertently priced himself out of a lucrative showdown with McGregor. Cormier's argument is rooted in Oliveira's impressive all-around skill set, which would have made him a formidable and high-risk opponent. With Oliveira's exceptional grappling skills and ability to dictate the pace of the fight on the ground, Cormier believes McGregor would have been deterred from accepting the challenge, ultimately making Holloway the more appealing and realistic option.
Ultimately, I believe, at least in my opinion, Charles Oliveira lost the Conor McGregor fight when he beat Max Holloway in the way that he did, because I'm not sure Conor McGregor was willing to fight against someone that could potentially take him down, control him the entirety of a 25-minute fight. So Max Holloway gets the fight. Many a times I've said Max has lost, Max gained in losing to Do Bronx. Hell, we even talked about what Max told me when he was kind of politicking for the Conor McGregor fight.
Renowned coach Ray Winklerning, for one, firmly believes it's far too early to dismiss the former champion. While acknowledging Max Holloway's elite striking, toughness, and remarkable consistency, Wink emphasizes that everything hinges on which version of McGregor steps into the octagon on fight night. If the Irish star has truly committed himself to training, recapturing the timing and precision that once made him one of the UFC's most dangerous counter-strikers, Wink believes fans are in for an unforgettable battle. Indeed, he asserts McGregor remains more than capable of pulling off a monumental upset, provided he performs at his absolute best. So the burning question remains, can the underdog streak continue? Is Conor McGregor truly poised to defeat Max Holloway once more, extending this extraordinary trend of underdogs rising to deliver historic performances?
Do you think that the underdog streak can keep going? Like, are you giving Conor McGregor a shot here at potentially beating Max Holloway again and keeping this crazy thing going of these underdogs coming out and just delivering on crazy levels?
I think it's a possibility, no doubt about it. I think it's tough because I have so much respect for Max Holloway. It's incredible, but Conor is a special person in that if he's training, if he's doing the right things, and he shows up, it's going to be one of those fights. Which Conor McGregor shows up, I guess, is what it's all about. I know Max is going to show up and do what he does. He's going to say, "Hey, let's just throw down, let's go." And he's just got such good accuracy and just the ability just to throw and the heart he has. But if the right Conor shows up that can slip the punch and counter and do these things that we know he's done before in the past, it's going to be a wild fight. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, I think the underdogs. I'm usually on the side. I'm always rooting for the underdogs a little bit unless I know them. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just gonna be. I'm just excited.
Wade Plemons offered a crucial, different perspective, honing in not on tactics, but on McGregor's mindset following his devastating leg injury. Plemons asserts that McGregor's unshakable confidence in the titanium rod in his leg is absolutely vital, even if it's not a literal guarantee of durability. For him, the psychological battle rivals the physical recovery in importance. He drew a stark parallel to fighters like Chris Weidman, whose confidence seemingly vanished after truly testing an injured leg inside the cage, a potent reminder of how quickly doubt can erode a fighter's will. Plemons argues that McGregor's ultimate challenge isn't merely his leg's physical resilience, it's whether his deep-seated belief in it endures the moment the fight begins. Furthermore, Plemons challenged the common assumption that McGregor's lengthy absence is a disadvantage. Rather than viewing the layoff as wasted years, he proposes it allowed McGregor's body to fully recover from the brutal demands of constant competition while also healing from a catastrophic injury. He envisions the Irish star entering the octagon mentally refreshed and physically stronger than ever, especially having naturally developed into the welterweight division. With Holloway himself adjusting to 170 pounds, Plemons believes McGregor's increased size, raw power, and revitalized physique could be overlooked factors, making this matchup far more competitive than many fans anticipate. Now, we turn to you. Who do you believe will emerge victorious at UFC 329? Conor McGregor or Max Holloway? Will McGregor complete a truly incredible comeback, or will Holloway cement his status as one of the world's elite? Share your predictions in the comments below. And if you found this analysis insightful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more exclusive UFC content.